In this tutorial, we're going to see how to use Mapbox with Polygon.js, how to integrate any geometry like those two walls inside a map. And this is going to allow us to create maps which use more than just colors, which use geometries to illustrate what they are showing. In that case, we're looking at bicycle accidents. We're going to see how to create heat maps, and we're going to see how to create 3D diagrams like this one. So let's get started. So if you want to use Mapbox, the first thing you want to do is create an account. Once you have that, go to your account page and take your access token, and inside Polygon.js, go to your dashboard, go to follow my account, and then you have this tab Mapbox, and copy your Mapbox key here. Once you have that, then you're able to drop a Mapbox camera. Mapbox camera operates just like a perspective camera, except that you are looking at a map. And in that case, we start in London, and we can zoom in and out, and you can see the buildings, and you can basically navigate all around the world. And you have some default settings. Some of them are the style, so you can choose different styles that your map will have, and that's where we're going to integrate geometries on. So if we simply go back to the original map, and we dive into this geometry, and first I'm going to go back to the perspective camera, and I'm going to get rid of this sphere, and all I'm going to add is just a point. Right now it's at the origin, you can see it's at 0, 0, 0, but I want to give it the same coordinate that I have on the camera, so I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to drop a transform node, and I'm going to pass the values here. I'm going to make sure this is that. So I want the longitude on the X component, the latitude on the Z component, and this is going to be the altitude. We can leave it at 0 for now. So we move the point away from us, and I want to, let's say I'm still going to keep it right now here. I want to put an instance of a wolf, just to make sure it's working at the origin. You can see it is not. And I have an error because the wolf cannot be instantiated because it's a group. So I need to make sure it is not a group. I want to make sure it's a mesh. So I'm going to remove the group. I'm going to remove the mesh from its group. And I'm going to, now I have, instead of having one group, I have 4 meshes. And I want to have a single mesh, so I'm going to use a merge node. And now that will be instantiated on this point. And now this is the point I'm going to move on the map. So I'm putting the same longitude and latitude as the camera, and I also want to use a node called Mapbox transform, which is going to transform basically this point, which is in world space, into the Mapbox matrix, which is quite specific. So if I go back to the Mapbox camera, and I do not see a wolf yet, but if I transform this point and I put that into the instance, then I should see the wolf. I just need to transform it because it's quite tiny. The units are in meters, so it will be really small on the map, unless I zoom exactly where it is, but I'm not entirely sure where it is. I know it's over there, so I'm just going to scale it up, and I can see it appearing right now. So now I have a wolf on a Mapbox map, and I can basically add any type of geometry. So I can translate it slightly on longitude and latitude. I can make it go up on the altitude. It's in meters, so the values are going to have to be increased much more than latitude and longitude. And that's really it, how you add geometry. So let me just add a second wolf now, so you can see how easy it is. I'm just duplicating the point, or at least duplicating the transform node, merging them together, piping them back in, and now they are one on top of each other. So if I just need to move this, then I'm going to have 2 wolves. And in the same vein, I can carry on adding points. So let's say I want to have a circular wolf. So if I go back to perspective, I want to have this type of circle. So I'm just going to transform that in a much smaller version of itself. Maybe let's go even smaller. And I'm going to transform this using the same longitude and latitude, longitude and latitude. And now if I go back to my Mapbox camera, we can see that I have many walls in the scene. So that's really all you need to know to put geometries on a camera, to transform them in the right space. Everything else was the same. You can edit shaders the same way as usual, and so on. So that's the end of the first tutorial. Now we're going to see how to import data from an API and display that.